welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
The Florida humidity is certain to be a factor in this one. There's no other way to say it, really. It is hot. It is humid here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaughan, Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Two teams that met back in Super Bowl 37 in San Diego. The Bucs and Raiders are underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
It's third down.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Cousins to throw it. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And not much. Maybe a yard gain of the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Once again, it's Irving. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 40 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Irving will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ballgame. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt to turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. And his play caller does a nice job of giving an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second and a couple. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Elijah Cansey in on the stop. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing. Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer. Defense.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let him do all the work, and then someone catch him at the end and pass him up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 52 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Malcolm Kuntz. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Here's Mayfield. Sheds off the tackle. And in for a Buccaneers touchdown. Chris Godwin from 10 yards out. And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Offense.
All right, so they'll march backwards on the illegal block in the back.
And that's always a really tough call for the official, and I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Remember, a block from the side is legal, but that time they made the determination that that one did come in the back.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll get this out to Genty. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's complete. It's Ashton Genty. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Mayfield looks to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. He's got it at the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 72 yards.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Mayfield keeps it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out, and the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already, and how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Genty. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They were looking to throw, holding in the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Cousins now. A quick hitter complete. It's Thornton. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't. Well, Mayfield lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Mayfield to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Mayfield. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the 1st half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the 1st half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Cousins. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Johnson to return it. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Now they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
That's good for a 4th down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans from 19 yards away. And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here this 1st half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
McLaughlin for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. One play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nifty move. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Raiders. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Here's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the... And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Raiders, nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Working to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Ginty. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Anthony Walker up behind the line and finishing that play off.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
To throw, Cousins. A short throw, that's hauled in by Mayer. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Cousins. That's complete. Ginty out of the backfield. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Now Cousins. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup. First up, 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they'll decline the penalty there and go ahead and keep the yards lost on that last play. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another chance on 3rd down, they're going to decline the penalty and force a decision on 4th down. Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. He's delivered a solid performance so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Everything has been good for him. And right now, if you're on defense, you don't want it to go to great. So you have to just change up coverages and looks on him all the time. Press coverage sometimes, back off and play some man, show some zone, double teaming, make him really work for each and every catch.
He's hit the end zone once. Maybe there's more in the tank. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mayfield now. Throw left side, hauled in by Otten. And he'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
To 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And again, it's Mayfield. Comeback route complete to Otten. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
10 at the 43-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And a catch right side by Evans. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Raiders 7.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And running with power here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Set. 180. What's up?
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the Raiders have got him. Jeremy Chin, so dangerous wherever he's at on the field, and that time he gets in there for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Mayfield looks to throw. And this one caught downfield by Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Number 13, Mike Evans. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Mayfield.
42-yard line.
He'll find his tight end, Payne Durham. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Irving. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So they've gotten the third down conversion, but the illegal block in the back means they'll have to try it all over again.
Yeah, and those are the ones that can be really tough to bounce back from, Brandon. Such a poorly timed penalty.
Mayfield to throw it. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. Mayfield on play action. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
180!
Mayfield going to switch things up here. They'll run with Irving. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders heading out to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Cousins completes this one to Thornton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He hits his target, Lockett. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A run out of the gun with Genty. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Throwing, Cousins. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And just shutting him off there. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
That's another Raiders first down.
Cousins now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. Now Cousins. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders are able to at least get 1 score back. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the 2nd half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football, because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That goes for a gain of 31. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
They go play action. Mayfield. There's a short one taken in by Otten. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Mayfield. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Here's Riley Dixon now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
On the give, Genty. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That 2nd down play nets a -4. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And this offense on third down today, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Johnson on the return. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just going to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Mayfield off the play fake. Now he's going to step, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14.
At the Raiders' 39-yard.
Now Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
A 6-yard loss.
Max Crosby able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Cousins to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 2 yards to go, second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second.
Play fake. Mayfield. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
That's good. For a first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mayfield down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Second and 3 at the 22-yard line.
A run up the middle with Irving. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
It's Cousins on the sneak. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball. And unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to. As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
A run straight ahead with Genty. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Look, I realize that any play call, when it's properly executed, can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Vita Vea. Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
And this is a quick slant to Lockett.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Throwing is Cousins. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Darian Porter on the coverage.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here.
Across the formation, he finds Godwin.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 46-yard line.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Start.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
Darian Porter.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.